Pisces, stop right now. Do not continue what you were doing, because what is about to be revealed cannot wait even a single second. The cards have been calling your name for days, and when I say calling, I mean it in the strongest sense, because I have never, in all my years of reading tarot, seen a spread as powerful as the one that came through for you on the 18th of April, 2026. Pay close attention to everything I'm about to say. First, there is a wave of financial fortune that is about to enter your life, something completely unexpected, something neither you nor anyone around you saw coming. And I will break down exactly where it comes from and why it is arriving at this exact moment. Then we go deeper, because someone from your past is on the verge of returning, and what they bring with them will shake your emotions in a way you are not prepared for. After that, there is a serious warning revealed by the cards about someone close to you, someone whose energy is not aligned with your success. You need to recognize who this is before things go further. And finally, Pisces, at the end of this reading comes something enormous. A shift so powerful it divides your life into two timelines, everything before, and everything after. A complete transformation of your destiny beginning right now. So stay until the end, because every word carries meaning, and every card has a message specifically meant for you. When I laid the cards down this morning, the first thing that stopped me completely was the energy that hit the table. The very first card didn't just appear, it jumped from the deck before I even finished shuffling. It was the Ace of Pentacles. In all my experience, when a card literally jumps like that, it means the universe is urgent. It refuses to stay silent. The Ace of Pentacles represents new financial beginnings, sudden opportunities, and blessings that appear almost out of nowhere, like a gift being dropped directly into your path. But what makes this even more powerful is the intensity with which it came forward. This is not slow progress. This is not something that builds over years. This is sudden abundance. A financial shift that may show up as a job offer you never expected, a debt being cleared, money returning to you, or a new opportunity that arrives through someone crossing your path at exactly the right time. And this energy is already moving toward you. It is not coming later. It is already in motion. All you need is awareness, because fortune rarely announces itself loudly. Sometimes it arrives disguised as coincidence. But beneath this card, something even more significant appeared. The Wheel of Fortune. Upright. Strong. Perfect alignment. And when the Ace of Pentacles appears with the Wheel of Fortune, the message becomes undeniable: your financial cycle is changing completely. This is the ending of long-standing struggle, a feeling like no matter how much you work, it is never enough. That cycle is closing on the 18th of April, 2026. This is not random. This is destiny correction. The Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor after a long period of testing your patience, your faith, and your endurance. Everything you have been through financially was not punishment, it was preparation. And now comes the reward. Yes, you remember the nights of worry. The stress about bills. The uncertainty about the future. But those nights are reaching their conclusion. The universe has decided you have carried enough weight. Now it is your turn to receive. And then came the Six of Pentacles. A deeply meaningful card in your situation. This card speaks about balance, giving and receiving, support flowing between people, generosity appearing unexpectedly. In your reading, this shows that part of your financial blessing will come through another person. Someone with more stability, more resources, or more influence than you right now will extend their hand toward you. Not out of pity. Not out of obligation. But because something about your energy inspires genuine support. This could be a supervisor noticing your value, a family member stepping in to help, or even a stranger opening a door that changes your direction entirely. And I need you to understand something important: accepting help is not weakness. Refusing it out of pride would actually block the flow meant for you. The universe often delivers blessings through people, not miracles floating out of nowhere. Pisces, this message is not arriving by coincidence on the 18th of April, 2026. Your energy was ready to receive it. This is the activation point of your abundance cycle. Say to yourself clearly, even in your mind if not out loud, I am open to receive. Because the moment you accept, everything begins to shift faster. But now we move into something more emotional. Because when I turned the next card, the energy in the room changed completely. The Six of Cups. This card carries memory, nostalgia, emotional echoes from the past. And in your reading, it is extremely strong. Someone from your past is thinking about you right now, not casually, not briefly, but deeply. This is someone who has been carrying your memory for weeks or even months. They think about what happened between you. They think about what was left unresolved. And now, Pisces, this person is preparing to re-enter your life before the end of this week. This is not random either. Emotional cycles also obey timing. Alongside this, the Empress appeared. And this changes everything. The Empress represents love, nurturing energy, emotional depth, and attraction that leaves a lasting imprint. This tells me something very clear. This person from your past remembers you because of how deeply you loved, how much warmth you gave, and how safe you made them feel. You left an emotional mark that time did not erase. But here is the important truth: you are no longer the same person. You have grown. You have evolved. You understand your worth in a way you didn't before. So any decision you make now must come from your current self, not your past emotions. Not loneliness. Not nostalgia. Not fear of starting over. However, the energy becomes complicated when another card crosses this situation. The Seven of Swords. This is a warning. It does not necessarily mean betrayal in a dramatic sense, but it does mean hidden truth, incomplete honesty, and information being withheld. This person is not returning with full transparency. Something will be missing from their story. Something they will not tell you right away. So when they reappear, do not rush. Observe more than you react. Listen more than you speak. This is about choice. A decision that affects your emotional future for years ahead. Because this returning person is not your only option. There is another energy present. Someone new or someone already close to you who will soon become significant. And you will feel pulled between two directions. But your heart already knows the answer. Your challenge is not finding clarity, it is trusting it. Pisces, love is approaching you in a form that is aligned with your growth, not your past wounds. But it requires openness. Say, my heart is open to the love that respects me. Because the energy of love that belongs to you is already moving toward you on the 18th of April, 2026 timeline shift. Now we enter a more serious warning. The moon appeared reversed in your environment reading. This is deception hidden in plain sight. Someone around you is not as supportive as they appear. They present themselves as a friend, but internally they carry jealousy. They observe your progress closely. They ask questions not out of care, but out of curiosity mixed with comparison. And when you succeed, their reaction is never fully genuine. Subtle comments. Quiet discouragement. Indirect negativity. And paired with this came the Five of Swords. This confirms it: hidden competition, quiet sabotage, and distorted communication. This person may even be speaking about you in ways that affect your reputation or your opportunities. Not openly. Not directly. But subtly enough to influence others. But understand this clearly: this revelation is protection. The universe is showing you the truth before your biggest transformation begins. Because you cannot step into your next level carrying people who secretly root against your progress. Think of it like pruning a tree before it bears fruit. What falls away was never meant to stay. Now we reach the most powerful part of your reading. When I laid the cards for your destiny path, I saw the Tower. And I know this card scares many people. But in your case, it does not represent destruction of your life. It represents destruction of illusion. Everything false in your life is about to collapse. False beliefs. False connections. False limitations. false fears. Structures you built just to feel safe, but that were never truly supporting your growth. And yes, it may feel intense at first. But what follows is freedom. Because right beneath the tower appeared the star. And this combination is one of the most powerful healing sequences in the entire tarot. The star is renewal. After chaos comes clarity. After loss comes alignment. After confusion comes peace. This is your emotional reset. Your spiritual rebirth. Your return to hope. And more importantly, your return to yourself. The star tells you something very personal, Pisces. Your sensitivity is not your weakness. Your intuition is not imagination. Your emotional depth is not a flaw. It is your power. And on the 18th of April, 2026, that power begins activating fully in your life. Over the next 30 days, I see the 10 of Pentacles appearing strongly: long-term stability, financial security, family healing, and emotional fulfillment combining into one phase of life. And I also see the 3 of Cups: celebration, reconnection, and joyful gatherings with people who genuinely care about you. You are not as alone as you think. You are supported more than you realize. And in May, the Knight of Cups arrives. A romantic energy. Sincere. Emotional. Open-hearted. Someone who comes forward with honesty and emotional courage. This energy is aligned with your future happiness, not your past confusion. Finally, the Magician appears. And this is your message of responsibility. Nothing I have told you becomes real without your participation. You are not a passive observer of destiny. You are a creator. You already have everything needed to transform your life. Your intuition. Your emotional intelligence. Your creativity. Your inner strength. Now you must act. Even small actions matter. One decision. One message. One step forward. And I want to end this reading by telling you something personal. You are not in this universe. You are in a transition phase that will define your entire future. On the 18th of April, 2026, something begins in your life that will continue unfolding long after this moment. You will start noticing signs. Synchronicities. Patterns. Unexpected opportunities. And slowly, everything I told you today will begin to manifest in real time. And the final card is the World. Completion. Fulfillment. Closure of a major cycle. Everything you went through was leading here. And now you are stepping into a version of yourself that is stronger, wiser, and more aligned than ever before. What left your life is making space. What hurt you is becoming wisdom. And what you dreamed of is beginning to form. Pisces, this is your moment. Say it clearly. My life transforms today, and I accept every blessing coming toward me. Because this is not just a message. It is a turning point. And the moment you believe it, your new timeline begins.